You're probably going to have to get a hold of me next week.
Sifting through emails and invitations on a regular basis, Fred Smith keeps a full schedule with his foundation, Veterans Helping Veterans.
Every day I am out looking for a veteran that most of them are on the street, and they were just in the same position as I was. There was benefits for me right from 1981 till when I did finally come forward with my mental health issues, but I didn't know it. So what Veterans Helping Veterans does is we get out to those people that are in the same position as me. I simply share my story with them, tell them they don't have to live this way, and get a simple form signed if they want to move forward and get the help that I got. This is Kevin, and Kevin served with Search and Rescue in the Air Force. He was a true hero. He saved a lot of lives in the search and rescue business.
Fred comes from a family with a rich military history, where 13 relatives served in the Canadian Armed Forces. Being a soldier was almost predetermined, but he never saw what was about to happen next.
I joined in 1974 with the 1st Battalion of the Royal Canadian Regiment, and in 1980 I was sent to the Golan Heights in Syria, Israel, in a peacekeeping mission. When I was in the Golan Heights, I suffered an injury called post-traumatic stress disorder, which is an invisible physical injury, mental health issues. Went to see the base surgeon, and the base surgeon said there is no help. But what we're going to do is post you to Gagetown, and that means that you can work, but it doesn't mean you'll ever get promoted again or be able to be what you want it to be, because we can't, you have a mental illness and you're a broken man.
The frustration of not accomplishing his goals in the military paved a dark road for Fred. He left the base and lived homeless across Canada.
I hit the streets and the drugs. I ended up homeless, a lot of drinking because the issues weren't being paid attention to, the pain that I had.
During his nomadic journey, Fred struggled daily with his addiction to drugs and alcohol. He began helping others deal with their substance abuse. Things were finally moving in a positive direction until he got a call about his 21-year-old son.
He put a rope around his neck and hung himself. It's hard to even talk about it, but it's important to talk about it. No one wants to go before their child. I wanted to die that day. What I did is I was on my way to the Skyway Bridge in Burlington, and I was going to take the car and I was going to run into the abutment. As I was driving by the Joseph Brant Hospital in Burlington, I thought about a friend of mine that had a spinal cord injury and he was in a wheelchair. And I thought, if I don't kill myself, I'll be stuck with this pain, plus maybe crippled for the rest of my life.
Fred was once again diagnosed with PTSD, but this time took the steps to overcome his condition.
And he says, and there's help for me because I was a soldier. And he signed the forms. I didn't get completely sobered up at that point in time, but I started working on a program and getting help.
Since then, Fred has made it his new mission in life to help other vets like him cope with PTSD, something that to this day he still struggles with.
When I'm really feeling bad, the best place for me is down on that street, because there's other people down there that are much worse than me. And the moment I see that humbles me, and then immediately I have a job to do and I forget about myself because I'm working with somebody else that's much worse off. I'm one of the guys that says, hey, I was there, hey, this is what I had to do. And I had to do the things I didn't want to do, and I had to stop doing the things I wanted to do. This disease or disorder wants me dead, and it will play all kinds of games with me. It'll say it's okay to have a drink. It'll say you're better now. It talks to me, so I have to be on guard. So I really spend time every day in a moment to realize that I do have these problems and I need to focus on them and need to be aware of them.
Post-traumatic stress is a condition that affects even today's soldiers, but with early diagnosis and the right treatment, they can still pursue their military goals.
I've met many soldiers that have actually come forward and told the doctors what was going on. They're back in their trades, they're getting promoted, and they're moving forward. It's not all doom around here.
Since forming his foundation 3 years ago, Fred has received local and national support. even being invited to Ottawa by Lieutenant General David Miller.
He called me a hero last year because of what I do, and he's invited me to come to Ottawa to be personally briefed by his people. I get to have dinner with him and personally briefed by his people on the new programs for families and to be part of that circle. And I'm really looking forward to that opportunity. It's not every day when a general gives you a call and says, "Hi, Fred." You know, like, that's pretty cool. I don't think I met a general while I was a serving man.
Though he still battles with his own demons, Fred takes one step at a time and reminds himself why he keeps moving forward.
I do this for my son, and I have a passion for helping. My life has completely changed, and all I do is I live that way. I'm not going to die with that gift in my back pocket. I'm going to die giving that gift out.
For Halton Insider, I'm Hayden Narayan.